A sudden presidential proclamation this week dramatically reshaped the landscape for foreign high-skilled workers and provoked immediate panic among H-1B visa holders abroad. The policy, announced with little notice and accompanied by shifting clarifications, imposed a one-time fee of $100,000 on new H-1B visa petitions. The announcement triggered an urgent scramble by employees, employers and governments as travel plans were canceled and workers rushed to re-enter the United States before the new rule took effect. The chaos stemmed less from the fee itself than from ambiguity about who would be affected. Initial messaging left many people uncertain whether the new cost applied to renewals, holders currently outside the U.S., or those with pending petitions. That uncertainty was amplified by internal advisories from major technology companies urging employees in the United States not to travel and those overseas to consider returning immediately. The result? Expensive last-minute flight bookings, cut-short family visits, and widespread distress among highly mobile tech and research professionals. Individual stories make the disruption tangible. Engineers and developers reported paying thousands of dollars to change flights. Some families abruptly postponed weddings or medical visits. Human resources teams at multinational firms scrambled to interpret how the proclamation applied to particular cases. For example, employees with approved but unexecuted visas or individuals who had filed petitions that were still pending adjudication. The lack of clarity forced legally cautious employers to halt international moves and rethink talent mobility in real time. The reaction reached beyond the private sector. Countries that supply a large share of H-1B workers expressed concern about the human and diplomatic consequences. Trade groups, legal experts and immigration advocates warned that a sudden, high fee could disincentivize skilled workers from choosing the United States and would complicate long-standing recruitment pipelines, particularly in technology, biotech and academia where H-1B workers often fill specialized roles. Beyond immediate travel panic, experts highlighted several likely long-term effects. For companies that depend on globally distributed engineering teams, the additional cost and unpredictability may accelerate investments in talent development domestically, boost outsourcing, or push hiring toward countries with more stable immigration regimes. Universities and research centers concerned about attracting international scholars may see fewer applicants if expense and uncertainty rise. There is also the risk that some workers, after experiencing a sudden shift in policy, will pursue permanent relocation pathways in other countries that offer more certainty. Legal challenges are a near certainty. Observers expect companies and advocacy organizations to scrutinize the executive authority behind the proclamation and to press for clearer guidance on exemptions, enforcement procedures, and retroactive application. Courts will likely be asked to weigh whether the administration exceeded its authority or improperly burdened lawful visa holders and petitioners. For affected individuals, the immediate practical questions remain urgent. Many want to know whether being outside the country at the effective time of the fee will jeopardize their status, whether pending applications could be retroactively assessed, and how employers should handle payroll and assignment obligations during the uncertainty. Government agencies have been urged to issue rapid, detailed clarifications to prevent unnecessary personal and economic harm. Politically, the move underscores how immigration policy can be used to send a strong domestic message about job protection while also carrying diplomatic consequences. It revives long-running debates about whether specialized visa programs supplant domestic talent or provide essential skills that sustain innovation. Critics of the fee argue it will raise costs for employers and choke off the pipeline of talent that fuels key industries. Supporters say it will deter abuse and encourage hiring from the domestic labor pool. In short, the proclamation produced an immediate, visceral reaction, people literally racing to re-enter the U.S., and raised broader questions about the future of skilled immigration. How the administration refines enforcement, how courts respond, and whether companies adapt their hiring strategies will determine whether this episode is a brief upheaval or the start of a lasting shift in global talent flows.